Hello, travelers. Kevin O'Connor with Out of Here Travel. Hey, we're here Sunday night. I'm starting a new series. It's going to be Out of Here Travel Sunday Chat. And with that, we're going to be talking about, we have three different segments that I'm going to be talking through. And it's going to be This Week in Travel. I'm going to be bringing up some tips and kind of some highlights that I've learned in the news this week. It could be travel promotions, anything from a recap from live events. Also, during the week, I'm doing some other lives, so I'm just going to recap that so you can go back and listen to those. The second one's going to be a destination of the week. If you look at our Facebook page and Instagram, I have a dream board. So I'm going to of travel. So I'm bringing up various, you probably see it 2, 3, 4 times a week, various destinations around the world. It could be a cruise. We could be going to the Mediterranean. We could be doing a railroad cruise, a river cruise. Basically, I'm bringing that to you as a means to increase your dream board, increase your bucket list, saying, I didn't know they did that. Well, that looks pretty good. That looks like a nice place. Maybe we want to go there. So that's that. I'm just going to highlight one of those reels that pop up during last week and just highlight a little bit more information on that. Number 3 is going to be travel tips and destinations. Just some travel tips, little quirks, things for you to help you do that. So let's begin. So again, Out of Here Travel, Kevin O'Connor, my wife, Michele O'Connor. We specialize in doing adventure planning for travelers that are 50 plus, just like us. I won't be quiet about that for her, but we're targeting that because we've worked hard and we're at a point in our life. We could be empty nesters, we could be active retirees. We've earned the right to go out and travel and relax. Yes, I'm saying it again, and relax and go out and don't be guilty about it. We're going to go out and have fun. So let's go into topic number 1, this week in travel. I'm looking at, I'm going to bring up here is Cunard Lines. Cunard is been active in the Alaska market for many years. The ship that they have is the Queen Elizabeth, and from this, it's a round trip journey. You start out in Seattle, Washington, and you go up through the many ports in Southeast Alaska, and you go through. They're one of the approved vendors in Glacier Bay. And again, any type of, doesn't matter what you're doing, but if you're going to do an Alaska cruise coming up to Southeast Alaska, you got to hit Glacier Bay. Man, that's just the most majestic place. You're going to want to see that. I'm telling you. And with Queen Elizabeth, here's a recap. They're going to start in May of 2026, go through September. And they have voyages that run from 7 days to 12 days. And again, it's a mixture of what that means is 7 days, you're going to get a right view. You're going to hit a couple of the places and come home. 12 days gives you the whole gamut of all the ports and what you're going to do. So here's the sad note. This is Cunard's last year in Alaska for the Queen Elizabeth. I tell you. So with that, what they're going to be doing in 2027, the Queen Elizabeth in the summer season is going over to the Mediterranean. So they're not retiring the boat. They're just opted to go over in Europe and spend more time on the Mediterranean. So let's talk about the Cunard. Cunard is going to be it's a great boat for 50 plus travelers. It's going to be relaxed. You've got all the amenities of great food, stage productions. It's an English ship, so you got tea time at 4:00. People just rave about that. Destinations, they start on Thursdays a lot of times to go up to make sure you have longer stays at port. They're trying to miss the busy days. So you get early arrivals, late departures. They want you to spend the day. And along with that, they have a lot of great guests that come aboard the ship. If you go into Glacier Bay, they have guests that come aboard and one talks about the Alaska native heritage for that area and what it's done. The other one talks about the Glacier Bay as well. So you sit down in the theater atmosphere and they have a discussion about it and the effects that you're seeing. And so this year, like I say, it's the last year. And when I want to bring this out is beginning, there's going to be a Black Friday. I just got the email came in, Black Friday, November 12th. There were all throughout the whole Cunard Line is about 104 destinations. They're going to have a sale. There's going to be some discounts on the fares. There's going to be some onboard credits. There's going to be for the grill suites. There's going to be some extra specials on there. And here's just kind of what I want to put out there. And I'm really going to promote this on Cunard. Hey, empty nesters and retirees. If you want you got the Royal Caribbeans going out there. You go on the Princess Lines. And if you're bringing your families, if you're bringing your young families, this is probably not the one you want to go on. You probably want to do the Royal Caribbean with all they've got everything else is going on with it. There's a lot more activities. This one is just to sit back, a couple going out, relaxing, and just enjoy themselves and the food. Great food quality. It's more dress up. They have the dancing, the balls, more activity like that. It's your traditional old cruise that you just want to sit back and relax with extra special customer service. How many people are missing customer service? So that's what this ship is. It's kind of like you snooze, you lose. I'm reading through some of the comments here. There's a lot of people who've been on the ship and a lot of people who have been thinking about going on the ship. Maybe they did the Princess Line. Maybe they did the Royal. They want to hit this one. And this is going to be, you either do it or you don't. I'm just trying to express this to everybody. If this is something on your bucket list, please get a hold of me. Let's sit down and look at the itinerary plannings, because if you're looking at it, here's our dates. And with Alaska, the way you want to go, there's called the shoulder season. So it's going to be like the early Mays. We have 1, 2, 3 early Mays, 4 kind of in the early shoulder season. And that means that it's like the off season. And then you always think about the busy season is going to be when the kids are out of school. So a lot of family vacations, or once the kids get out in early June, then they start going to ramp up until July. June, July, August, they go there. Now, again, the season in Alaska, I think some of the whales a little bit more active in July and August, late June, July, and August. But again, it's going to be less. It's like anything else you go in the summer season. It's just like for my Disney people. It's going to be busy just because if you got all the families involved and more ships and everything else. But if you just want a little bit more relaxed, we're going to want to do the shoulder seasons in May. The weather is still going to be okay. It's going to be probably a little bit on the chilly side, but you're going to see more of the wildflowers of Alaska, the springtime coming up. And then in the late season, it's going to be in late August and September. And it's like supply and demand again. June, July, and August, it's going to be in there. But again, when you go to Alaska, you could be in the middle of July and you could hit a rainy season, and you just got to pack in layers. But again, you could have a beautiful May and you could be in the middle of July and you could have rain. People go up there and get the rain season too. So it's just a matter of what you want to do and how we going to get there. But I think the whole thing this year, please just put your name in, go to outofheretravel.com, sign up for our newsletter. Just put your email in there. Also, we have at the website, you can go at free consultation. We'll have a discovery call, free discovery call. You can tell me what you want, what you're looking for if you go into Alaska. And there's a wide variety of ships in Alaska. You've got the Princess Line, and that's just they've been there, probably one of the earlier ships, and that we can do land cruises, land and cruise. This one here is round trip. It just takes you up to Seattle and come back, the Southeast Alaska. If you want the Denali Park experience, There's another adventure. Princess can do that. We do the land and the sea adventure. And I think if you're ever going to Alaska, you'd want to do the land tours, okay, as well. But in this instance, if you want to do the boat, this is going to be, if you're a Cunard Line trip, if you've been taking Cunard around the world, this boat in the wintertime goes down to the Panama Canal. But if you ever thought about, okay, I'm a loyal Cunard person, and I want to go to Alaska, this is the year you got to do it. So that's it for Cunard. I looked at that. I saw the announcement that this is their last year, but I know it's going to be popular, and we got to hit that again. November 12th, Black Friday. It's going through December 3rd. A lot of specials. Get in touch with me. So let's go to number 2 this week. Disney. I got my Disney shirt on. Michele and I were there for the last couple of weeks. We went down for a couple business meetings, and then we did a couple lives down there. So this is a fun week. If you've ever been to Disney, it's been the first up to Halloween. You got the fall, and especially it's Magic Kingdom in Main Street. I always love that because in the first part, it's all decorated. You got the fall, and it's more of the Halloween decorations, the fall, and the little Mickeys up on the light post, and then they got the fall leaves around it. And as soon as we get past Halloween, overnight, the magic, they take this thing from Halloween to Christmas. So now today it's Christmas. They got the big Christmas tree up, they take everything down, and that's just the magic of Disney, like that. So it's always been fun. I've been there a few years. When I've been there, I always go with this week. I go for the fall. 2 days later, I go for the Christmas decorations, and it's all up and running. But this came out this week. It's the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party Foodie Guide of 2025. They're adding 40 new items to the menu. So let's just cruise through this a little bit. And most of these are for the event, the Very Merry Christmas Party. And typically they close the park down at 4:00. And then from there, all the special ticket holders, that's an extra ticket just to come to this event. So you get your regular day ticket, and this is a special extra ticket that you take. And when you come into the park, it's always fun. I've been there before, and it's always fun in Main Street, and they have the snow coming down. You can walk around, they give you hot chocolate and everything, and then the snow's coming down on top of you. It's always cool. And then they have their own parades and fireworks. But this is the foodie guide, and some of these are open regular hours. Some of the food is available regular hours, and some of it is just for the special. So here's the Main Street. We got the Christmas wreath cupcake and the Mickey cinnamon roll, and available only during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Oh boy. Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, Santa's Hat Brownie Sundae, only available during that. And they got the gingerbread milkshake, and that's going to be available and regular park hours. So that one's available for that one. Plaza Restaurant and regular. So some of these are going to be partner and regular park hours. Plaza Restaurant, you have I can read this. So we've got the holiday beef roast, holiday turkey meatloaf, pistachio and cherry cheesecake, and a holiday cosmopolitan. And let's go on the next page here. Casey's Corner. I love Casey's Corner for the hot dogs and corn dogs. This one is going to be holiday pot roast hot dog, all beef hot dog topped with pot roast, beer cheese sauce, and crispy onions and horseradish. I'm in it. I'm ready for that one. That sounds good. And that's only for the party. Okay, so I got to go to the party this year. Happy pot roast mini corn dogs, topped with pot roast, beer cheese, crispy onions, and that's going to be during the holiday party. Holiday pot roast, loaded French fries, and the candy cane tart. Spring roll. This would be cool. I like pastrami Reuben spring rolls available at Spring Roll Cart location at Adventureland. That's only during the party. And then Golden Oak Outpost and Frontierland. You got chicken strips, festive beignets. Pico Bills has a selection. Liberty Square Market available during. Okay, so it looks like this one is Liberty Square Market frozen hot cocoa at Joffrey's. This one is the Mickey Whoopie Pie. So that's going to be regular hours. You can get that. Sleepy Hollow refreshments over in Liberty Square. Party, party, party. Peppermint. You got the orange chicken strips, Szechuan cauliflower, Columbia House. That's a cool reef. Pinocchio's Village House. And that's going to be, looks like most of these parties. You know what I'm thinking? You're going to have to go a couple nights. Can you go from 4 o'clock to 11 and eat all this? I know I can't, but Cinderella's Royal Tables here. Be our guest. And that's it. They're going to have some goodie items, lamb chops, roast chicken, baked brie, caramelized apple tart. So again, that's at 4 o'clock on. So if you're going to go to these, some of the specialty restaurants, make sure you make your reservations because it fills up. These are places that people go to. Storybook treats, reindeer Sunday. Look, man, I'm hungry. You hungry? I'm hungry after doing all that. Cosmic Rays. So basically, all the food items there in Magic Kingdom, they've got goodies to get you going. And then again, you got the parade, you have the fireworks, and you got the snow on Main Street. You just got to go for the snow on Main Street. That's always cool. And then there's other festive things for the kids. Picks, Golden Outpost, festive beignets, pigs in a blanket, Pico Bills, frozen hot cocoa, reindeer Sunday. Man, that's pretty good. So the Disney, it's hard to believe the end of the year we're at Christmas. So again, Michele and I is our great. Michele and I are both annual pass holders. We've been there over the last couple of weeks there. Went to Epcot and went to all the parks. But Michele is really a Disney expert. So if you're thinking about going, please give us a call. Just put your name in. Go to one-on-one. We do a discovery call with you. Just tell us what you want to do. We can help you book what resorts you want to go to, put together your ticket package where you want to go, and make sure you put in the Christmas adventure too. That's, like I say, that's an extra ticket that you have to do. So just make sure that's there. Most of them fill up. We were there last week and very scary. The Halloween event, Mickey's scary, unscary. His celebration was sold out the night we were there. We were there on Saturday night. Looks like a lot of people were coming in. Looks like fun. Everybody was all dressed up. A lot of people were dressed up in that one. But again, that's highlights this week. Let's go into my destination of the week. Last week in my Instagram, the Rocky Mountaineer came up again, and it was interesting because it talked about if you believe in, it's July 4th, 2026 is our 250th celebration of America. Well, that's cool. And the worst thing about that is I graduated high school in 1976, which was the 200th anniversary. Now we're at 250. Boy, that really makes me feel good. But the Rocky Mountaineer, what they're doing this year, traditionally that train line was in Canada, and they went from Vancouver, Canada to Banff. And now they've expanded down in the US, and they're doing the Southwest route. It's going to be a new one this year. It's going to be running from Denver, Colorado. You got to stop in Glenwood Springs and Moab, Utah. And then you can also take an extension and go up to Salt Lake City. And then this area is just beautiful. You got all the canyons, you get all the canyon walls, the desert. These folks are out as they go through. They have portals. You could take pictures as you go. And I'm sure the train probably slows down to get you the pictures. I'm just going to quickly go through these. And they have different levels of what package you want. There's a gold, silver package and a gold package. And then you get access to the view, the dome cars. And that's going to be various packages allow that. So you get more comfy seats, you get the dome packages to really see more views, excellent food, the food quality, the onboard meals are available for you. But again, it's cool if you're thinking about America 250 years, and it's like the establishment of when we started America. It was like the great railroad that started on the east and went to the west, and what it took to put that line across the United States. This would be a cool adventure to take the train ride, sit back, relax, and go through all the canyons. And what you can do, they have a two-day rail option, 3-day rail option. And some of they got the Moffat Tunnel, Burns Canyon, Glenwood Canyon, Mount Garfield, which is a flat top, Ruby Canyon. Look how beautiful that is. Be cool. This looks like it's probably maybe in the fall foliage over there. Wander and wonder. That should be all of us. Wander and wonder. Like I say, you go into this, talks about the various towns, Salt Lake City, Moab. But one of the things you can do on here is you could do a long stay, long destinations is you can get off the train. They've got we can set up hotel packages, day tours around the local area, and activities. Add on dash adventures to your itinerary on a time limited journey. We'll leave in the planning. You can go out. It talks about the season, spring, summer, and fall season. And going back, you can go to the Mighty Five Explorer. And when it gets you, if you look at this, you can get to the Mighty Five destinations is the 5 national parks that are out in that area. You got the Arches, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion National Park. So what they do, you can get off, they can plan a little extra rail time to get you away and go see these parks. Bryce Canyon, Arches is pretty cool. The Arches Canyon, you always see, you've got the rock bed here, and you got the arch that goes over it. And there's one day of the year when the sun rises right in the middle of the arch. And this is one of my bucket lists. And there could be 200 people there taking pictures of it, but it's the one time I believe it's in March that it goes up in that dynamic picture that you see it coming up right in the middle of the arch. The sun, it's a sunrise, not a sunset, it's a sunrise. And that's pretty cool. But again, I'm not going to go into a lot with this. I'm just going to be saying that just to get you aware of it. I think people have said, man, trains are cool, because I talk about the train adventures in Alaska, and people think about, wow, that is cool. People like trains. It's just that old time. It's just a thing. I took the train to Denali. Michele and I, on our honeymoon, we went up to Denali Park from Anchorage, and it was cool. I didn't have to drive. That was really cool. But again, to do those adventures. But I just want to break this out. Like I say, this is an inaugural trip. They do have a special going on right now, and I think I'll probably continue to see more specials. But I do have a special going on right now, and I just wanted to share that one with you tonight. So that's the destination. If it was last week, I've had it a couple times come up there with Rocky Mountaineer. has like the videos, and we can get you the videos. I can get you a brochure on it and what you want to do. But I think that Southwest is cool. That is an area that I'm interested in. I'd like to go out there. Any photographer guys out there, especially, I think it'd be cool. Sunrise or sunset photos out there would be exceptional. Number three, so travel tip of the week, which you may want to, there's a lot of things going on right now with if you're a cruiser and drink packages. I know Princess Line just did a change in theirs, Royal Caribbean did a change in theirs. And then you want to look at that as you go through. So if you've been cruising for a while and you've had the standard drink packages, I need a drink myself here just a second. They're changing it. And I think there's a couple different things going on here. One is cost economy. Again, it's all relative. Costs have been increasing, how they're doing it. But I think there's a trend going on right now. Also, a lot of people are trying to stay away from alcohol. That's a big trend we're seeing in the distillery market right now. We're seeing it in the craft beer market right now. We're seeing decreases in that avenue. So I think they're trying to design it. They still want to make it beneficial for yourself. Is it worth? You're always worth on it. I saw a couple comments and commentary. I'm reading a couple articles in some of the travel magazines for travel agents that it's some of them are getting a little complicated. You almost need to be a mathematician, trying to figure out your different. Is it good? Is it bad? If I have, does it on the shipboard? If I go over to their private islands that they go to, is that carried over? And how many on that side goes over to the other side? But again, I think on some of these drink packages, they're trying to make it fair. They're trying to probably also increase the specialty coffee areas. So typically you get regular coffee and iced tea and water and regular tea. Now it's so popular in the coffee areas from your Starbucks and your Dunkin' Donuts, everybody's on those. If that's a big thing for you, you're going to have to try to put those in there as well too. And I was also reading about today the non-alcoholics drinks, the NA beers and the mocktails. So if you want to do pina coladas and mai tais and the mocktails, they're trying to build those packages together too. What's included, you can do that. So again, I just wanted to point that out as a travel tip. If you're used to just, yep, I want the travel, you may want to take a look at them, go through them again, because everybody's changing them or what you're going to get. Some of them don't have travel packages. It's pay as you go. Some of them have a bill tab. You can prepay your bill tab. That might be a good thing. You build it in, and when you're out, maybe. But there's a lot of things that you can do along the way. Again, it all comes down to how many days I'm going, what's your lifestyle, what you want to do. Drinks like anything, they have premium drinks and top shelf drinks and whatever you want to do. But again, it's just a budget factor you're going to want to put in. That's just part of the budget. You got here's my travel. Here's going to be my food. Do I do the premium food packages? And again, I always tell people, make your reservations if you want those premium restaurants you want to go to, because they fill up. You just want to make sure a good plan. And that's one of the things Michele and I do for itinerary planning, is making sure that you're thinking about everything. It's your packing list. Is that okay? How are you going to get there? How are you going to get from your home to the airport? How are you going to get from the airport? Then you're going to flight. And how do you get the flight to cruise ships, and then vice versa coming home? But again, think about the packing. Your packing list for Key West is going to be totally different from your packing list going to Alaska. That's for sure. And we just want to make sure you're doing that. If you're a photographer, we got the packing list to make sure you got the right equipment and what you're doing. So again, just those type of things. That's why we're here for you, just to, as we do discovery, is just make sure we got you on course, thinking about everything you're thinking about, right? Reduce stress. That's the biggest thing that we're here for you. So the other day on Wellness Wednesday, I did a topic on travel insurance, and another tip is going to be, please take that in consideration. Go back to my video on Wednesday on Facebook and Instagram. I gave 7 reasons to have it. And so basically, insurance is avoidance of risk, right? Risk is going to happen. There's going to be delays in travel, health concerns, especially our folks. We're over 50 plus. Some stuff happens, death in the family. Or also, we're just not 30-year-old people and we go out. Let's say we go to Alaska and we're going hiking up and down the trails. If you haven't been exercising, there could be some injuries that take place. And again, does your medical insurance cover those things? So again, before you go, read through your coverages to make sure you're going to get there. If you have a major medical emergency on a cruise ship, they're going to have to airlift you out. That's an expense. Typically, most insurance companies may not be, and that's a hefty fee to do that. So again, think about those things when you come to me, when we book trap itinerary planning. I'm going to have a disclosure statement to ask you to say, yes, I recommend travel insurance, and you sign the waiver. Yeah, I'm interested in learning more, or no, I'm not interested. I'm covered. And I just have you sign it. It's just protection actually on my part, but I want to make sure that it's expressed to you. Again, no big deal. If you decline it, all right, but don't, that's just, we just want to make sure you're aware of it. It's part of the budget. I think it's like anything else, as part of the trip budget. In these trips, we're going to go to Cunard up to Alaska. Maybe we're going to do other trips. Maybe we're going to take a side trip. And from Seattle, we'll go up to Vancouver and take Rocky Mountaineer. These things are expensive. They add up anymore. So again, it helps you protect what's going to happen for the unexpected. So again, I think that's it. Travel insurance, drink packages, Rocky Mountaineer, destination of the week. Kind of highlights this week is it's Christmas season at Disney. We got the food guide came out. I just don't know if I can eat. I'm probably going to have to do 3 of those Very Merry Christmases with Mickey. I think this year to hit a lot of those goodies that are there. And Cunard Lines, I'm just really sad to see that they're not going to go up there. But again, let's book it. If Cunard is on your to-do list, please call it. Let's get it booked. Like I say, November 12th through the December 3rd, we've got a specials. Let's just at least start talking about it, at least have a plan of attack. If you want to do that, we can do that. So again, in closing, thank you for sitting and listening to me talk this evening. We're out of here, travel. And for one thing is, hope this was helpful. I want to bring these on. If you have any comments or anything you want to see, like I say, the 3 topics are going to be this week in travel, a destination of the week, and any travel tips that I see that would be very helpful to you as you go along. If you have any destinations you have an inkling on or thinking about it, send me, DM me, say, hey, Kevin, I'd like to hear about Mediterranean or Africa safaris. So that's photo adventures. Hey, you photo guys, African safari photo adventures are pretty cool. Just an insight that we could get into. But that's it. Go to outofheretravel.com. Please sign up for our newsletter in that. And you can also sign up for a discovery call. Again, thank you. Y'all have a night. This is Sunday evening, getting ready for the week. Have a safe, eventful week, and talk to you soon.